It's a fucking shame all them people feeding off of me and stole my shit. House of B, St. Laurent, house of this, house of that. Gotta find out what the name is. With that being said, they keep trying to divest me. I saw the fucking Rothschilds feeding off my soul consciousness, stealing it, lenses and all that shit. With that being said, they keep trying to steal it so they can do that beast bullshit. And I sound schizophrenic, but all of the shit that I profess is true here. It's real, it's veritable. They some wicked motherfuckers. They keep trying to fuck around and this shit, right? I tear them up and all of that. Use 175 hertz to heal something. That's a very powerful frequency for healing. They talk about healing frequencies. The right frequency, 1150 hertz, which could place you anywhere in the spirit plane. 115 hertz is good for getting shit back. If you're facing spiritual blocks. Anyways, in the middle of the night, they killed off Baron Samedi. He was one of the ones that, you know, the 80s, 90s didn't have as much racism because he ruled it at one point. They killed him off. They killed off the original, the one that existed, and gave it to Zendaya. And he's in my bloodline. That's mad important. You don't want them motherfuckers ruling voodoo. I was talking about Santa Muerte and her shit, but the motherfuckers even worse. You know, we were a lot like Santa Muerte with that voodoo, but voodoo is a lot more powerful. It goes back to Anu Damare, who's a blueprint for the gods. With that being said, I woke up in the spirit plane and see that they had cut him up. I'm going to say this right now. As Zendaya Coleman, she actually took out a couple of people. I remember having a dream of her wiping out some people. And stealing their blessings. And when I lived in Miracle Mile, I heard that she sent me an email. I heard this when this curse first begun, saying that you're going to be living under a bridge. She had a mother who, I think her mom was a prostitute, ex-prostitute in that timeline. I know they say she a teacher, or was an ex-teacher. But I saw the timelines, and it can't be denied, it can't be negated. That shit's real. You know, I saw her taking a bullet train for her timelines and doing very, very well right after I got soul swapped in 2022. With that being said, from what I understand, she sold me off as a sacrifice. Her mother wanted her to be prominent, and they had a bunch of people surrounding me because they had, I think it was a Khazar Jew and a nigga that wanted to sacrifice me to a really nefarious thing that, you know, thankfully Baron Samedi blocked and fixed up. That was going to make me a sacrifice. And they blocked it like a motherfucker. Blocked it. nice place up here right now. The light shade up there. Anyways, I like how these motherfuckers keep bringing me close to that. Spirit one. But anyways, from what I understand, she a very evil, nefarious motherfucker in that timeline. And they turning her into a he-cade and stealing my powers and using me as an energy battery. They also try using my other Egyptian gods. Anubis, Ra, Isis, so that they can use it to create that beast system. They even tried to usurp Satan himself. I talked about it a couple of months ago and tried to kill him off and all that. 3517 hertz to help him out, to heal him and all that. 295 hertz, 695, 295 hertz, come out with 695 hertz. Whoever raised all this shit just that look like Russian or something. With that being said, from what I understand, that timeline, that, like I say, I saw that shit. It wrote me down as a sacrifice, incarnated God to the Illuminati. They saw what I had. They saw my ancestry to Isis from my dad, and they wanted to take that. And on top of that, I got soul swaps, so they wanted to snatch that shit. And they had, from what I understand, one of them lived in Malibu, this one here. And she had eyes on me the entire time. You know, from what I understand, the shit was so bad that one of their reptilian controllers wanted to warn me about this timeline, and they felt like it was unfair because I never had a silver lining. I never saw my day in the sun. I was always poor. They were like, oh, man, you don't want to go down this path, you know, go in this other direction. But I couldn't. You know, my past life self, Swedish self, demanded that if I have dreams of very, very fucked up situations like this, to warn her, but they were never expressed. She should have said, but people easily forgetting shit like that. I just saw my bird sign. Make it express so I know what's coming. And they didn't do that. But I saw her, what was the other boy's name? Chalmette. A lot of motherfuckers envy me for the minimal, marginal fame that I had back in Miracle Mouth, walking around topless. Timothy Chalamet was with one of the Kardashians, Kylie, and I don't roll with them people. I would never fuck with them people. A lot of people, you know, they sold me as a sacrifice, from what I understand. They went to some people and sold me as a sacrifice. I'm trying to figure out who I heard. It was a bunch of people. Adam Sandler, Judge Reinhold, who I had a crush on back in the day. I'm just hoping that's not true. Fucked up to make a child crush. I want to crush your ass, just take your shit. I saw that shit too. It's kind of fucking creepy. Looked like an arm and all that shit. I see that out there too. That shit look like me in the spirit plane. Like skinny jean motherfucker out there. You don't see that shit. That's all that shit. But anyways, those are some evil. That's an evil motherfucker. You know, power hungry motherfuckers I steer clear of because they'll cut their mama's throat, your own throat. Let's get your shit. From what I understand, they set her up for MK Ultra training when she was a child. I saw it, her building next to them or something in the spirit plane to set her up to be this guy, EK, which she gonna steal from me, so she can kill off all the population on Earth and create the Rothschilds and all that dream of taking our souls like they did with Eminem here. They got him down to his consciousness, his soul consciousness. And from what I understand, Jimmy Kimmel turned him into a roach, giant cockroach, after he tried to help somebody out in the spirit plane. Got soul swapped. Damn, they got some shit I want to release, but I don't think I can say it right now. Because these motherfuckers gonna start fucking with them people. They tried to do it with Christine Aguilera. I remember when she almost got soul swapped. She was smelling like hot dogs. And her mother, the one time like where it happened, got him on him. pray to everybody she stayed on it. I'm fighting for my body parts every single fucking night. It's a nightmare timeline. Church of Scientology actually helps people with soul swapping. That's why a lot of motherfuckers get involved in it. Hopefully nothing bad happens to them. They'll use, you can use 808 hertz to get back in your body, but they'll use 110 hertz combined with 000 hertz. Get you back in your body. They're tearing up the entity attachment right now as I speak. I gotta do something about this shit. I had one of my comedian ancestors try to help me out with it. Christina Aguilera did not play that. I'm gonna say something right now. I experienced it a couple of days ago. When you start to smell like hot dogs, that's a sign that you're about to be taken out your body for soul swap. So be careful when you smell hot dogs. I remember somebody was saying that she smelled like hot dogs back in the day. But the Church of Scientology, that's why you got a lot of them QAnon, CIA paid motherfuckers that be going up there harassing them people because they know they're doing something that's going against the money that they give them. The CIA do pay them to do their shit. They under Zenu, who's a lot higher than he, all of them. And he'll help you get back in your body. He actually was one of the motherfuckers. He was called Lamb in ancient Egypt, who the Egyptians fucked with. That's one of the rulers, along with saying that rules the primordial darkness. They can't be fucked with by them. The Egyptian gods are over them. I know the Illuminati. They're over them. With that being said, from what I understand, Zendaya Coleman's whole personality was MK Ultra sculpted. It was just, mother didn't love her, her parents didn't love her, from what I understand, which I had a hard time reconciling. You know, I heard biracial but very pro-black, and she was black in her past life, and she wanted to experience life, very pro-black, as a biracial woman. But from what I'm seeing in the spirit plane, they're using all sorts of shit. There's some, or they wanted to experiment on the incarnated God at Area 51 during this whole curse. I did a blog about that one. With that being said, she and that Cassandra Nunez are trying to fucking kill me off. Big time. It got so bad she even had to come to Cassandra Nunez to try to, I don't know. But I had to have the guy come in. I'm gonna try to get my Egyptian ancestors involved. I remember at the beginning of this curse, somebody called on second, and the real second actually showed me. Because that's your original gods. I heard that they dimension this, but they ain't got no like physical tech. They use inner engineering, like Saguru would say. But this is depressing, where I'm hanging on by a thread every single night, trying to fucking hold on to existing and living. It's much worse than what I'm describing. You know, I woke up the other night where she was taking out my whole soul consciousness, which is like blood. And I felt intranquil and was pulling out vital parts, especially connected to my mother and all of that, for spiritual protection, so I can't get my shit back. She was pulling out my inner saint and trying to take that over. It was horrible. That's why I started making videos again. I find that there's strength in numbers in making videos. It's going to help assuage that with all this evil shit that's going on around me. I feel them tearing off pieces of my consciousness right now as I speak. And it's her. They're trying to set it up so I fucking die, so they kill me off. And I can't get my shit back. Ever. That's why Cassandra Nunez, in this timeline, started Casamigos with him. Her house for them is fashioned off the Esplanade Plaza. Larchmont Village, where, you know, I saw on their timelines where she going to Rolling Loud to give a Mexican band a blessing. It's terrible from what I've seen. All them evil ass people physically feeding off of me. And I'm here suffering physically in the spirit plane, having my astral body parts divested from me. You know, begging for life every single night. That shit's gonna end. I'm gonna end it. Do something about these fucking people and then end that shit, because this can't continue. Well, I'm being brought to the brink of that. You know, I got dumbbells right here that I work out with. There's no rhyme or reason. Look, I fucked up my eyes. So I heard that, I keep warped into looking like different people in the spirit plane. I heard he came. What the fuck? I heard that he got, type of eyes, fucked up eyes. Lopsided eyes. And I had that for a while. Shit was taken out. Cassandra Nunez consciousness moving my body. I gotta do something about it. Like that dude, guys was saying, I gotta shut this shit down, because I can't tolerate it. I've been trying 35-17 hertz that shit to get it back. But anyways, from what I understand in that timeline, Zendaya Coleman is one evil, nefarious motherfucker. And, she don't, like I said, I couldn't believe it myself until the evidence during this. I kept hearing her name mentioned during this, everything. They did something with my consciousness a couple of days ago, where they set it up to where I can't see what the fuck is going on in the spirit plane. I had that Cassandra Nunez still alive in my soul consciousness some days ago. I hate to say it, embarrassing, but very, very requisite, needed videos to try to get it back. I see that. Hard start. Keep trying to tear up my consciousness and all that, and they do it without any concern, it seems. I wanted to mention, I heard some really foul shit with them motherfuckers. With Zendaya Coleman, her daddy took over my inner connection to God, got rid of my father as much as he could, Kazembe Coleman, that's her name is Napoleon Williams Jr., and they tried killing him off in the middle of the night. Pray for him. And they tried eradicating him. My road spirits right about now, my whole consciousness. They keep trying to put me under her control. I'm going to do a tarot card reading in a couple of hours, and I got to go to the post office, got to get some. That's one evil motherfucker. The way she talks, and her whole self actually came in the middle of the night saying, I want all your shit. I believe her higher self is Jessica Ilhissa. Her other higher self, I got a Soraya. It was a white woman's name. It's a long, it starts with an S. Betterman or some shit like that. I got, and they tried writing my child spirit guide as Jessica Ilhissa. CK's last name for people. And the spirit plane. Sound up. I believe her soul consciousness is a Satish. Tried when they took from me some ghetto ass name. Satisha Ilhissa. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully nothing bad happens to me by mentioning that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure. With that being said, I just did a meditation around just now to try to get my shit back, because it's overpowering having all this shit against you, and it's not a simple situation like I thought it could be. It's actually powerful people. My shit's all fucking astral body parts all over the spirit plane. I tried cleansing the entity attachment a couple of days ago. Lucas tried helping me out with it. But that's an extremely evil motherfucker. She had been taking a lot of my astral body parts to put onto her to make her powerful. She just divested me of my shit some months back. I was getting fucked with really, really bad by Santaworthy and all that shit. She took a child spirit, got a child consciousness, took it right out. She was alive. Just took it right out, kicked out. And so you no longer welcome. Just a heartless motherfucker. Evil motherfucker. Again, soul consciousness name, I believe, is Satisha Ilhissa. And PK, whose real name I know, is trying to protect it. Illuminati. Timeline started at Adam Weiss. How there's something else I want to drop to a bomb that could fuck him up. Because I don't like how they participating in this and how they feel entitled to take my shit and block me from getting my shit back. It's enough to make you want to kill a motherfucker and put hands on the motherfucker. I look all sick, but I will put hands on the motherfucker. I don't play around. I don't like that shit. Don't fuck with me, and I'm not fucking with you. I will put something on your ass to fuck your ass up. Some months ago, trying to put detachments on them fucking Rothschilds and shit for trying to kill off my parents. Them little motherfuckers helping my ass out when they were trying to get at my people. Remember one night I saw a passage of Sean Corey Court, otherwise known as Jay-Z, and Lil Wayne and all of them, Sean Corey Cart, his name was Dwayne, some Carter, coming to attack, and my soul swap self is supposed to be with him in that timeline, but that's the most evil ass, this extends to shit I was told by many people. They saw her and a bunch of other motherfuckers. Motherfucker that soul swapped me, feeding off of me in the spirit plane. And after they put my soul swap self into her clone body, Illuminati, they did somewhere they stole my timeline some months ago to block me from being able to get back in completely. And they're trying to do something where they're trying to completely kill me off and do the finishing pieces. And I don't have a soul contract. I never permitted any of this evil shit to come in. I never allowed for this evil shit. Never gave my consent to any of this evil shit in any capacity. Spirit team that was coming to help my ass out. They trying to block people from seeing where I'm at in the spirit plane. But that's the most cruel thing. And I remember Cassandra Nunez giving her some of my child consciousness some months back when I was trying to get it back. I was using that little child spirit guy. I used 3002 hertz combined with 135 hertz. It's a very depressing situation that I'm entrapped in. I remember hearing when I was a young kid. What grade? I was staying up late watching Platoon, watching Tom Berenger, because I had a crush on him back in the day. And I heard a loud knock on my window. Comes to find out those were roach attachments of my family, including myself, trapped in hell realms in the future, coming to warn me about that timeline. So I'm going to do something about all this shit. This shit's going to end. Gotta be smart in how I move. My whole family getting trapped in hell realms in that timeline. Not long after they took my parents out, their body and everything. It was something bad. I think Ellie reading them paid for them people $8,000 to take my ass out. It's a lot. They keep trying to kill off my ancestors, powerful, especially Baron Samedi, Hitler. It's actually very cool, and he's going to come to try to warn off the future Antichrist not to do that shit. It's going to be a Muslim, I know it's really. I'm going to shut it down. From what I understand, and that hurt my soul. They got me stuck in this dreary-ass timeline where I'm constantly being parceled over and over again, having my astral body parts stolen. While all these people lived a life of O'Reilly carefree at my expense, reveling in all sorts of money, making their family proud, and that's the thing that kills me the most. I don't give a fuck about having money, but I want to make my parents proud, make other people happy, and just live my life, and I can't do that with this evil shit. I'm restrained even with what I want to say online. So the soul consciousness is Satisha Ilhissa. They're going to do something to try to get you to fuck with mine. Use 694, 695 hertz. And zeros at the end, beginning as possible to see third eye, all that. Getting fucked with bad. Fuck this bitch up. Nanda, because I'm tired of it.